Amanda, traditionally it's 975. Squat snatches at 135. Well, you know, it's the CrossFit Games, like Dave Castro says, so we're ending up. We're going to add a 13 and 11. That means 21 reps. We're bumping it up 24 more reps for 45 of each. And after we've had 7 heats go, I'm hoping someone can put together the perfect combination of rep schemes and speed and see if anybody can break an 8-minute barrier.
We saw very close to it. 8:01 the time from 1 heat to go, set by Dakota Rager. We've got the top 10 athletes in the point standings here in this heat, and the current points leader, Janikowski. That's not an unfamiliar spot for him on the opening day of competition. He's been here before in games past. Mat Fraser, the defending champion, in second. Bjorkvin Carl Gudmundsson, the 2015 Games third place finisher, in third here thus far. Here in this heat, we will see Koski in lane number 5. Mat Fraser will be in lane number 6. But a couple of athletes that you want to keep an eye on especially will be the 2015 champion in lane number 10, Ben Smith.
And not to mention, he got second last year to one of the most dominating performances we've ever seen at the CrossFit Games. So Ben Smith sitting in 10th, not a bad spot for him. Didn't have the best morning that he probably wanted to. Had a great run, swim, run, but I was surprised how much he struggled on the bike course. In high volume muscle ups and squat snatches, Ben Smith is a name you're going to put at the top of the list next to Mat Fraser.
All 10 already through 7 reps. Nobody's dropped off the rings just yet, and as I say it, James Newberry and Frederick Agidius do so, but several athletes still going unbroken. And Mat Fraser is one of them. He will be the first man off the rings in the gray shirt, yellow shorts, all 13, nearly 40 seconds flat.
Now, I usually say that that's a bad idea, but I will not say that when Mat Fraser does it. And when I've seen Fraser, I've seen him do regular Amanda at the fastest time that I have ever seen. The speed at which he attacked that event, unbroken muscle-ups and unbroken snatches. I don't think the ring muscle-ups are going to be a problem. And when you're talking as one of the best lifters in the field, 135-pound snatch, he's deciding to do singles is not going to be an issue. So for him, I believe the race is going to be on the rings like it was for Dakota Rager. The deal for Mat Fraser is he's a lot faster on the barbell.
Now the question is, Mat Fraser's pace, we're going to trust him. He's proven he can handle a pace like that. The man on the left is your leader, though. His name highlighted in blue, that's Alex Anderson. If Fraser is the strongest in Olympic lifting in the field, the strongest in terms of raw power in the field might be Anderson on the left.
You're talking about the ring muscle-ups. That'll probably pose to him a little bit of a problem. I'm not going to say much, but I wouldn't peg Alex Anderson is someone that should continue the ring muscle-up pace like Fraser is. And you see on the left side, he takes a very conservative, very smart break, Alex Anderson.
Once again, leader's name will be highlighted in blue. Everybody else will be in red with a rep counter indicating how many reps they are behind the lead. The leader currently, Mat Fraser, the second place athlete in point standings after 2 events, and the defending Reebok CrossFit Games champion.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think he wants you to hear you say the second place overall after the first part of the morning, because I know he's sick and tired of that number. He took the monkey off his back last year. This guy has been an absolute force since the Games podium that he stood on top of last year.
Fraser looking to be the first Triple Crown champion, if you want to give it a name, since 2014 when Rich Froning did it. Fraser won the Worldwide Open, he won his regional, and he's looking to be a 2-time Games champion.
A little Ricky Garrard up there between Alex Anderson and Mat Fraser. He's in no shirt, blue shorts. Absolutely demolished the cyclocross event for event number 2. And this guy is not throwing or pulling any punches when it comes to these top guys in the field. I really am enjoying Ricky Garrard's attitude and intensity that he's bringing to this event.
Narrowly missed out on qualifying 1 year ago, 2 points shy from one of those 5 qualifying spots out of the Pacific, making the most out of it this year. Now that, as he had that cyclocross win, as you said, in dominant fashion, about a minute faster than the rest of the field, and Gerard 2 reps behind Fraser, who's on the right side of the split.
Fraser, that should be his final rep here in the set of 11, has gone unbroken in 13 and 11 as he moves into what we would consider grace, starting at 9, 7, and 5.
And if he did that with the shirt on, this is the traditional moment of business getting real. Mat Fraser with the shirt off now as he's onto the rings and already out in front on the round of 9. 2 reps ahead of Ricky Gerard in the blue shorts on the left side of the screen. Janikowski has moved into the 3rd position, just ahead of Alex Anderson. And Koski, for being the points leader, we sure haven't mentioned his name a lot in this one, as he sits in 3rd.
Fraser broke for the first time at 5. Gerard has decided to try to push through.
As we watch Ben Smith putting in work here, he currently sits in the 8th position. Oh, to Sam Farber. Sorry about that, a little bit of difficulty there in getting to Sam. We apologize for that, as Smith working in the 8th position here in the heat. But out in front, it continues to be Mat Fraser, but by a smaller margin than it's been to this point, as he's only about a half rep ahead of Ricky Gerard in 2nd.
Which is surprising to see, because Gerard went through the round of 9, whereas Fraser broke at 5.
In fact, Gerard's split, you're pointing that out on the muscle-ups, was 16 seconds quicker than Fraser in that 3rd round, the round of 9. And it's a 1 rep difference, and Fraser basically staring a hole into Ricky Gerard at this point. It's only a couple of reps over to his right. Fraser to round number 4, just ahead of Gerard. The 3-time Games podium finisher, 2 seconds and a 1st for Fraser, trying to hold off the Games rookie, Ricky Gerard.
He needs to hold off Janikowski too. Koski's sitting in 1st overall with almost 20 points between him and Fraser. He's just 1 spot back, and what Fraser needs to do is he just got a no rep there, and that's going to be tough. 9.54. That's going to probably force him to break here in the round of 7.
He does break after 4. Also the case for Gerard, who breaks after rep number 4. They both leave 1 rep remaining less than they had on this opening set, with 3 reps left this time. Synchronized muscle-ups for Fraser and Gerard, separated by just 1 rep. Fraser drops down, makes his way to the bar, just a couple of seconds ahead of Gerard in 2nd. Kosin also on the charge in 3rd and 4th. Simultaneous muscle-ups. We now have simultaneous snatches. I'm not quite sure who Fraser was trying to direct away.
I know exactly what he was doing. I don't know who he was talking to, but he was talking in front of the person that's standing in front of the clock that's on the floor. Fraser knows what the time to beat is. He knows that he has to break 8 minutes if he wants to get an event win, one of which he only got 1 of last year at the first part of the games. So he knows how to keep his pace here on the singles. He's had a rough time in the 9 and 7, getting a no rep in the round of 7. He's only got 40 seconds left to get there. He's watching Gerard, but he also needs to think about the times ahead of him.
8:01.56 seconds, the time of Dakota Rager in heat number 3. The second fastest time is 8:25.03 by Logan Collins in heat number 2. Fraser has his sights set on that time to beat, which is 20 seconds away. Locks out the muscle up. He comes down and breaks on the set. That means he won't beat that time to beat. Ricky Gerard trying to do so, and he drops shy of that 5th muscle up. Fraser to the bar first, trying to hang on to the heat win. It won't be an event win. It could be good for 2nd place, though. 3 reps down, 2 remain for Fraser. Fraser breaks on the snatches on the final set of 5. That opens the window for Gerard. Fraser back onto it. Gerard is going to go singles. Fraser will hold him off. He'll run to the platform. And Mat Fraser, second place in the event with the heat. Ricky Garrard backing up his event 2 win in cyclocross with a solid finish here in event number 3. He comes in second in the heat, good for 5th in the event, so back-to-back top 5 for Garrard. Janikowski entered this event 16 points ahead of Mat Fraser for the points lead, and likely will be giving up that spot to Fraser. Let's finish for Jona. He has 1 rep remaining on the snatches, trying to hold off BK Goodmanson just behind him. And Koski will do so. Points leader coming into this event will likely not have that points lead going into day number 2. He takes 3rd in the heat and 9th in the event. Bjorgvin Carl Goodmanson sticks the landing onto the platform. Good for 4th in the event and 11th in the event. Excuse me, 4th in the heat, 11th in the event.
I think this event has surprised of athletes today. They knew it was going to be harder and longer, but I don't know if they thought it'd be this tough.
Nice sprint to the platform. Give the edge to Ben Smith at 9:34.66. About 84 hundredths faster than Brent Fikowski, who will be 6th in the heat. Lane number 1, that was Alex Anderson, your early round 1 leader. He'll be 7th in the heat. Frederick Agidius, next finisher, he'll be 8th in the heat and 22nd in the event unofficially, right at the 10-minute mark. And that leaves a couple of young athletes. Cody Mooney on the near side of the screen, making his rookie appearance out of Sanford, Maine. Just 23 years old. 26-year-old James Newberry, the only other athlete left. And Cody Mooney will be our 9th finisher here in the final heat of the evening. 10 minutes, 29.81 seconds. Is James Newberry back on the rings with 6 reps overall remaining. This the last of the 5 muscle-ups in the final round. One of his teammates in terms of the training program that they both use, Brent Fikowski, cheering him on. The final 5 snatches. Newberry has a lot of backing behind him this year. His 24th 1 year ago. He's considered one of those podium spot this year. Found himself in 7th place coming into this event. He'll slide from that spot as he rings up the rear of the field in 10th at 11:14. Looks like it'll be good for a 36th place finish in the event. And Matt, hate to do it to you, it was a heat win, but once again, 2nd place, as he did several times in his dominant performance 1 year ago. But it's a 2nd place event finish for him. Dakota Rager, the rookie, will hold on to the event win at 8 minutes, 1.56 seconds. But here in heat number 4, it's our 2nd place finisher, Mat Fraser, that really put on a show in this one.
And it was very quick singles from the start, but it was the unbroken set that he did through 13 and 11. And I think it's just one of those is that you always, it's easy to second guess after the event's over, but I think maybe breaking once in the first 2 rounds, a break or 2 towards the end. He had that no rep in the round of 7 that hurt him out, and he's looking at the clock, and that's exactly what was happening when he was waving a cameraman out of the way of the floor clock so he could see where he was at. Ended up having to go 4-1 on the last set of 5 muscle-ups, but hung on towards the end there. Mat Fraser got himself a heat win.
Matt, another outstanding performance for you. You're the defending champion, obviously, of the games. How do you feel your fellow competitors are coming after you right now?
Oh, I mean, the whole list. I mean, guys from heat 1 to 4, you know, they're putting up good times to chase. So, you know, you're not just racing against the guys in your heat. It's very competitive.